Why hello, this is Loyalty Fan, and I'm bringing you a video about, well, a sequel that came out in October that didn't have microtransactions, that didn't actually suck, that actually isn't very bad, and the more and more you think about it. But anyways, we're talking about The Evil Within, and personally, I played the original Evil Within and actually really liked it. I actually, after thinking about it more before doing this video, I actually realized how much I really liked it. I tried to make a let's play of me going through the game again, and I kind of forgot how underappreciated that game was. Well, there was major problems that I will have to agree with in some cases. Sometimes the story was just nonsensical, and it just felt like you're just running around in circles, and it was pretty much hard to grasp everything that was going on. But personally, I played through it once and paid attention to the actual game and actually understood what it was all about. And playing through it a second time, like, I didn't finish it after that, but playing through it a second time, I was actually able to reaffirm my idea of how the story goes. And if you don't know, the first one, it was just basically you're hooked up to a machine and you're just in basically the Inception. It's like a fucked up version of Inception or something. And then this dude is just fucking with you the entire time, and I thought it was funny. Just thinking about this entire time, this dude is just fucking with you. He could kill you at any moment, but he decides just to fuck with you. And he just managed to barely just best everything that he throws at you until he finally figures out at near the end of the game, oh, might as well just choke you out. But by that point, Sebastian is smart enough to actually fight off him. In fact, Sebastian is it's pretty underrated, but Sebastian is a really fun character because it's not self-aware to the fourth wall like Deadpool, but it's self-aware of his shitty situation. Like, a lot of the time in that original game, he'll be like, what the fuck? Or they'll be like, if you want, you can go back and watch my videos of me playing through the game, and he would just at one point just said, what the fuck? And he was a great character. He's a great character because he just doesn't give two shits really, and he just sticks to his guns. He's actually doesn't really give a fuck, and it really shows in this sequel. The problem with the first one is it didn't really have anything to do with Sebastian himself. It just mainly focused on Ruvik, the main bad guy. And so now they decided, okay, let's have this more personal. We're going to focus more on Sebastian. We're going to give you more context to what this evil organization, which the evil organization is kind of being built like Umbrella Corp was. Because I played the original Resident Evil, and Umbrella Corp wasn't really fleshed out at that point, and I kind of see similarities to playing the Evil Within game and the sequel. In this sequel, you get more context to these guys because they kind of funded and started this whole fucking shit in the first place because they gave them the money to actually build the machine and whatever. So it's kind of nice to just see context. You see actual faces, in the original game and bits of a DLC you didn't actually see. Then again, I never finished all the DLC. I should probably go back to. But I remember you didn't actually see their faces. It was, now in this game you actually see faces. You actually see people, give humanity to give more insight to what this corporation is like. And because I only played through till chapter 4, I played a little bit of chapter 4, but you'll probably see in gameplay of chapter 2, I think. Chapter 1, really beginning stuff. But yeah, I'm just this sequel basically adjusts everything from the last game. Oh, you want more context and more because I didn't have a problem with just being thrown around and stuff. I kind of just like the thrill of the combat and the different locales, but some people didn't like how they didn't know where the fuck they were doing and what they were going for. So you are connected with one of your partners, Kat, or whatever the hell her name is. I forgot her name. Because she's someone you can talk to. So it's can help you along. And mainly okay, so starting off, the whole game is more personal. Like I said, it kind of fixes the last game's problem where it wasn't really too much about Sebastian, so you just played as him and bleh. But in this game, it's basically the same thing over again, and even he fucking understands it. It's like every time, and like every chance he gets, it's like, this is just like Beacon. This sucks, which is the funniest shit ever. He continuously says this is just like the last game, and he refers to the last game as Beacon. They call that incident Beacon. And in the last game, Ruvik was basically the brain powering this whole like machine that was basically the center and basically the reason why all this crazy stuff and nonsensical stuff was happening, because it was in a virtual world with Ruvik's brain. He's only a brain at that point, just powering the machine, and then you finally beat his ass. And so in this game, his daughter apparently is the new machine, and it's not revealed yet if it's just a brain or something. I hope it's not a brain. It would be. I don't know. I'm not gonna say, oh, this needs to be this way. Right now, the game is actually doing pretty well. And like I said, they addressed a lot of the fucking criticism from the last game, because now it's more personal. The graphics are really fucking good. Like, if you look at the old game, like, the difference between the last game and the new and this sequel is that the sequel looks like they upped the graphics a bit, but they still kept like the style. They still kept a little bit of the art style. Like, here's an example. Like, you look at a game that is like trying to be photorealistic and everything, like Heavy Rain or something, and then after a couple years or so, it doesn't age well compared to games that have cartoony art styles. And now you're seeing it, like, I see it a little bit in Shadow of War, but it definitely, you can see it with The Evil Within 2, that they still kept a good, like, the major components of that art style to keep it, like, fresh, like, help out the, stand the test of time, like, not totally go full, like, art style, but, like, it's half and half. Like, you can tell that they want to model the characters and stuff after real people and stuff, but in terms of the actual, like, art style and the lighting and everything, they still have the old games feel and stuff, and I actually commend them for that, finding that nice medium, because now it looks much more updated. It looks like all these other major AAA games. And so, yeah, you start off with, like, basically, Kidman. That's it, Kidman. Kidman comes up to you and is like, oh, yeah, so, we have your daughter. And it leads to him figuring out that she's the machine now. She's the new catalyst powering the machine. But shit is going fucking downhill. So they send a crew down there. No, it's not good. No one, they lost contact. So they send you down there. And that whole opening sequence was, like, super good. It just, like, you just see this, like, hopefully I'll put it in the background, but just this whole nice, like, transition of just, like, dropping in to this world, and then just suddenly, like getting your bearings and stuff, and you slowly, like, they don't do it quickly. They, like, it's a slow, like, boil, like, letting you, like, get used to this whole idea of, oh, now you're in a virtual reality. It's technically virtual reality. It's kind of fucked up. It's like the fucked up version of virtual reality. Oh, we should be fearful. But there's a lot of improvements to the game, and I want to make that perfectly clear, because in the event of all this fucking bullshit with Shadow of Mordor and all that crap, and fucking Activision and shit, making patents for microtransactions to make it fully blatant that they're fucking making it pay to win all their games, and since they only do multiplayer games, it's anyways, let's focus on a game sequel that is traditional, and I hate to say it, traditional as in doing it right. First off, they get you fully understand Sebastian. for if anything, you're gonna relate to Sebastian. That's why I like Sebastian so much, because I can pretty much see me doing the same shit that he does, because when you get into the game and you see all these zombies and stuff, because it's in Evil Within, it's a sequel. Zombies are, yeah. So when he gets in there, it's like, this is like Beacon all over again. And like I said, they referred to the last game as the Beacon incident. So he just keeps on saying it. It's like, it's just like Beacon. You fuckers. Way to go. And he like blatantly like calls them out. It's the funniest shit. Because they rebuild the same thing. Only instead of a psychotic maniac, they just get a little girl. And it still fucks up. So he even states it, and it's like, yeah, you build the same thing all over again. This is just Beacon all over again. Way to go. And they even say, it's like, yeah, we put a bunch of people in there. And it's like, why would you do that? Now there's zombies and shit everywhere. What the fuck? It's like the funniest shit. Like, you relate to Sebastian so well because he fully states how fucked up the situation is. It's not like fucking Far Cry, which Far Cry was it? Far Cry 4, where the character you play as doesn't say shit, and if he says something, it's just meh. Okay, I'll do it. No, or like, he's kind of like why I like Crane from Dying Light, because I play Dying Light. I like Crane. I like that character because I like Sebastian and Crane so much because they're characters that actually, they like the characters understanding the situation, and just because they do it doesn't mean they actually have to like doing it. Like at one point, there's a great moment where I just was sitting there. They were doing a cutscene in Dying Light, and the main bad guy is like, "Oh, pseudoistic high end. Oh, this is a big battle, David and Goliath. Oh," and then even Crane just finally just went, "You know what? Fuck you. Just fuck you. I'm going to kill you, and fuck you." And at one point, he's just still spilling his shit as he's like bleeding out the main bad guy. And then Crane just goes, "Will you shut the fuck up?" And I just sat there like clapping, because that's exactly how the player feels. And the way they like Crane is just like how they like Sebastian. It's just a character that relates so well to the player because he's exemplifying what the player is doing without being a silent protagonist. Hey, fucking Bungie, you can have both. A silent protagonist that characters can supposedly gravitate to, but have him still speak and have his own personality. Wow! Sorry, I just don't like Destiny. But yeah, Sebastian is still a great character. I still love the dude because he doesn't really give a shit, really. Like, at one point you meet the main bad guy, because as you go through, this is too early gameplay, but I played a little bit more. And at one point he just says, "Hey, I want my daughter back," when periodically you see scenes where he's managed to manipulate time to kill people. He just manages to manipulate time and space and shit as a camera, and he's like obviously fucking with you, but he doesn't give a shit. He just goes up and says, "I want my daughter back." And I'm like, wow, you're ballsy. Like, he does not give a shit. Sebastian is like fucking fed up, and he's like, "Dude, give me my girl back so I can get the fuck out of here. We can finish this shit." I'm like, thank you. Because he's sitting there dealing with what we're doing, because it's a fucking struggle. Like, I'm playing on nightmare mode, so it's and personally it's pretty fucking hard, because, yeah, let's talk about the gameplay. I already went through graphics, I already went through how I like Sebastian so much, but the gameplay, the original gameplay felt restrictive. It felt clunky, but it was pretty understandable in that way, because the thing that I noticed in horror games is that the less able you are to control your character, but there has to be this fine medium of you being able to control your character, but then not fully control him to the point where it's very easy to, you feel confident playing. You have to have that fine medium of, oh yeah, I can control this character well to do what I want him to do, but it's not totally fluid to the point where I feel confident in just being playing the game. Like, there's that fine medium of, oh, I can play, but I'm not too confident in my abilities. And that's how it was with the original Evil Within. You just didn't have full confidence in yourself, and it kind of brought in that whole feel factor. That underlining, oh, I'm kind of feeling my life for this. And in this game, they polished up the movement for Sebastian. I noticed it because I'm just crouching on the floor, and I did the same thing with the Evil Within, the original. And when I'm crouching at Sebastian, it's pretty, like, strict. Like, he's not too fluid as he's moving. The camera, like, zooms in and stuff. And also, props for, this is off topic because I'm going from gameplay and now I'm going back to graphics, but props to them, like, getting rid of the 2 bars on the top and bottom to make it more cinematic. And they just got rid of that, which is fucking great. I was playing it, I'm like, watching trailers for the gameplay, I'm like, wait a minute, they got rid of the black bars. Holy shit. They did improve that much. Holy shit. But, yeah, they made Sebastian more fluid in actual gameplay. Like, you feel confident in moving him around and just running around, like, and now I feel confident to turn the camera around to see the enemies, and then I can just quickly and then I can just decide to just shoot back at them. So I like that change. They really polished him up so you can control him better. And okay, in the original game, if you watch my gameplay, if I didn't state it at all, I'm just gonna state it here. In the original game, they purposely swayed your gun so it can bring out the effect that I'm not too confident playing this character. I can play him, but it's not too confident where I can just headshot everybody. So there's purposely sway in the guns and everything, which is why if I just instantly leveled up the fucking recoil or whatever, the steady aim for the fucking pistol, because I knew I was going to get a bunch of fucking pistol ammo, and I would like to hit a fucking headshot. In this game, hopefully I show the gameplay. Previously, I'm trying not to have this super heavily edited, so that I can work more on like finding time to like do the Paragon gameplay and like write the script for my other stuff and my other analysis videos. But this is just a quick thing I want to get out, saying that the Evil Within 2 is actually good, and from somebody who played the Evil Within and actually really liked it, these are really great improvements. Like, the gun still sways, but it's like in a circular motion. Like, if I didn't show the gameplay, like, you try to hold on, but it's in a circular motion. So it's like, okay, I can still hit body shots. It's not too bad. But the thing is, it's difficult to hit headshots. Like, you see me struggling and be like, okay, how the hell is he struggling? Well, 1, there's the gun recoil. 2, there's also the sway of the actual character, which is kind of like, I don't like it, but it's still like, it's kind of like finding that nice balance. It's polishing it up, just like how they polish up his movement. And I really like that. They really polish it up. It's not like, oh, we're a horror game, we gotta force it to be clunky. It's, no, we can actually have a horror game, survival horror game, where it's actually polished, fluid movement and stuff, and actual fluid gameplay. But here's how they balance it out. Like, here's the thing. When you buff the character, you have to buff the opposition. I remember there was one game that thought it was okay to just buff the character you play as, but not buff the enemies. Maybe it was Destiny. I'm not sure, but there's this one game where they buffed the character's movement and everything, and then they didn't do anything to the actual AI. So it was actually more easier and less fun. But in this game, they knew that, and they said, okay, we're gonna buff his movement and stuff so that people can actually play him and not feel like he's clunky or anything. But we're gonna increase the movement speed and better the animations of the fucking zombies. And holy shit, they move so fluidly. I don't know if it's like, maybe it's I am playing on PS4 Pro, so maybe like the frame rate is like locked better or something. I don't know if it's 60 FPS. Or maybe it is. This is Bethesda after all, and they're the only people that figure, oh, 180p 60 FPS is actually good and should be prioritized. But anyways, as you can see, I don't do these impressions often, but the actual enemies, their movement has been improved, which is wow. It's fucking scary because they were just moving so fluidly, and they still have that mindset with the. If you didn't play The Evil Within, the AI was fucking brilliant. Like, play on the hardest mode. Don't play on the hardest mode. That's a one shot. But the next hardest mode, play on that, like, Nightmare, I think. Play on Nightmare, and you realize how fucking smart the AI is. You can see in a couple of my older videos, well, one time I had a shotgun aimed at 2 of them, ready to shoot, like, you know, getting my bearings ready to just headshot both of them. And they both dispersed. Like, one zigzagged to the left and one zigzagged to the right. And then I couldn't, like, shoot them both. So I just panicked. This is the type of AI. Like, the AI is really fucking smart. And they designed it so that they obviously had people test them. They obviously played their game because as you try to, like, ready the aim, at that right moment, they, like, move. So it just fucks you with your headshot. So it, like, fucks with your, like, movement and stuff. It's kind of like Dark Souls and Bloodborne where they have, like, enemies, like, have, like, a little tiny delay just to fuck with your timing and stuff. So it's kind of like this. It's kind of like that in The Evil Within. So it's like, oh, these things are smarter than they look. So you're just like panicking. And in terms of, yeah, I should mention this. In terms of feel, it's not scary. Yeah, there's moments where it's like, oh shit, something's on me. But in actuality, there's like no jump scares. Like really. Like, in terms of, like, jump scares, it's only been the photo dude just popping out and it's like, smile! And then that's pretty much it. But in terms of zombies and stuff, it's very rare, so far, where they actually, just pop out randomly at you. Then again, they're actually pretty, like, they move pretty erratically and stuff, so it's hard to shoot them. So it makes sense that they don't pop out randomly out of nowhere a lot. You can, if you have good audio and stuff, and if you listen carefully, you can actually hear them, which I kind of like because nobody wants fucking jump scares all the time. We don't really rely on jump scares. What they do rely upon is how this is scary in terms of a video game. It's not scary seeing this thing as a zombie. It's scary realizing that, oh shit, it's hard to fucking headshot this fucker. It's scary in the fact that, oh, I only have 2 shotgun rounds and there's 3 of them. It's scary in the fact that, oh shit, I'm in the middle of 3 guys just circling around me. I gotta fucking run. It's scary in the fact that, oh, I fucking stealth kill this dude. Oh wait, it didn't kill him. Shit. And I've heard, like, talk about how the stealth is kind of bullshit. Like, I've had many situations where I fucked up or something, and then I ran across a corner and then hid in a bush, or just like around the corner just in time, or moments where I was like almost like a house away from enemies and they don't see me, and I heard about it. I'm like, oh, okay, but let's just see how the game. Let's just see for ourselves because for one. If I'm going to judge a game, I'm going to actually play it and not, like, you know, be a dick about it. Like, oh no, I looked at this trailer, I'm going to judge it heavily. Oh. But, when you actually play it, it actually does make sense in terms of stealth. Like, you may hear other people complain about the stealth being, like, too easy. But in terms of it fits the size of the map. It fits to the size of the map so that, because the map isn't that big, and I'm only in the first area, but the map isn't too big, but your stamina, like, this is the thing. You have a stamina system, and it's pretty much as shit as it was in the last game, maybe slightly better, but, yeah, it's still shit. You're just trying to run, and then you're out of stamina, and you're like, fuck! So, in terms of, like, the stamina, the small map, how the map is constructed and everything, to how, like, oh, that's my brother. I thought I heard crying. Here I am talking about The Evil Within 2, and I thought I heard crying. I'm like, what the hell is? Oh, that's my youngest sibling laughing at stupid YouTube videos. But yeah, in terms of like the stamina, that you start out with to the enemies and how powerful and erratic movement they are, to how the map is structured and how they want to keep it to like how town is. So there's going to be long open areas where you can see somebody across the street. The stealth is fine. Like the AOE of how far they can see you is fine. It doesn't feel realistic, but it's kind of like the Doom thing where it's like, yeah, it doesn't make sense where you can chainsaw a dude and you get all this ammo and health, but in gameplay wise, it makes fucking sense. So it's kind of like this here. Like the stealth isn't realistic, but it's built for the game, and I commend them for that. Build a good game, not something realistic. I mean, if you want to make something realistic, then you're in you're in the wrong line of work. But I do like I do find it weird that we actually have people that we can talk to now. Like in The Evil Within, you're mostly by yourself, but now you actually have Kidman to talk to. You have, well, the nurse is back, and because Kidman like uploaded like a USB port, which was kind of weird. She had a fucking nurse on a flash drive. So the nurse comes back to help you, so you have an ally there, but she's kind of creepy, so it's not really like a real person. But the first you meet up with one of the dudes who was like in the squad that was sent in before you, and Sebastian, such a great character. He's talking shit about how he's just a cool person. Like, yeah, you're totally behind this, and you've totally fucked these people up. How that's a shame. It's a shame. It's the funniest shit because the way they rate these characters is, oh my gosh, I'm just a Mary Sue. Oh no. Oh, gender equality, whatever. No, these characters are just straight up assholes to each other. And they act real. Like the character is like, yeah, I know, but it's a pay grade. I mean, can you blame me? It was just simple in and out. I'm stuck in this situation. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get stuck over there and die. It's very relatable. Like the writing so far is pretty much alright. It gives you enough to like understand the basic. Okay, you're in a different reality. You're not in real life now. You're going after your daughter, and everything is just breaking apart at the seams. There's a dude with a camera that likes killing off the remaining survivors. There's okay, another thing. I thought that when I got into the open world area, that yeah, it's an open world. It's basically like a semi-open world because it's not totally open world. There's like, it's like sectioned. It's a small. Okay, the problem with open world games is that they're just super open, and there's just nothing to do in them. Like they just sprinkle in all these collectibles, but that doesn't actually give you something to do. But in this game, it's as if they shrunk it down to condense it so that there's more stuff you can run into. So it feels more impactful running around this area. But it still has that sense of excuse me. It still has that sense of great design. The design of what they do with like the side quests and everything is actually very, very good. I have to commend them. Like at least for the first couple of chapters from the first area I played through, because there was this one notable event where I walked into a house. I was tracking like this because your walkie-talkie, which commending them to creating this walkie-talkie into the plot to like tell you where to go. Oh, you want this? Oh, here's a mission. Oh, there's a side quest. Oh, go here, go here. You just use it to like get a bearing on where it is and which direction it is. You walk onto it, and then it's like, oh, you're 25 meters away. Oh, you're 20 meters away, which is pretty good because there's always that problem of, oh, you want to give directions to the player and not dumb it down and just like have them focus on a little arrow. Like that's the problem with BioShock. The original BioShock is a great game, but there's that problem with a little fucking arrow on the top of your screen, and you're just following that. And you're just like ignoring everything around you, all the fucking nice architecture and everything. So I'm glad that they figured out a way to still make you care about the fucking area you're looking at. And because you're going to be running around back and forth doing shit. And it's nice for me to actually get that the original Resident Evil vibe, because I played the original Resident Evil, but playing through this first area kind of reminds me of the original Resident Evil, going back and forth and then like slowly learning the area and being familiar with it. So instead of like, toward the end of it, where I'm finishing up all the content in that area, all the side missions and stuff that I could possibly do, there was a moment where I had to go to like the main mission. I'm like, okay, I'm done with the side quest, go to the main mission. I click on it and have the point set, and it's like toward that direction, and then I look over, I'm like, that area is safe. I went through there, and I know I can go around there, and it's like, it's very good design. Like, I was getting to the main mission area, and I know there's a bunch of fucking zombies in the area by the street, and I'm like, nah, fuck it, I'm going around. And the map is open enough so that you can go to the side of like because it's on a hill. So I go over a little to the left of the hill and just walk up that, and then I'm already there. I ignored all those zombies. That's great. That's player choice. Amazing. Allowing you to play stealthily and just avoid enemies. That's great. But yes. So about that one, I'm going on a tangent. You can notice how often I do this, but going into that, I was going through the house, like following the Marco, and going into the house, and then the door closed, and then it introduced this enemy, which is okay. In the original game, they had Ruvik just randomly pop out of nowhere just to fuck with you. He just like starts walking towards you and stuff, and if he catches you, it's an instant kill. So you just have to outrun the clock, and that's what this enemy does. It's this enemy that's all about floss and being this creepy lady. And you do this like a little bit of a mission where it's just like where you have to just like find a key card and then get out of there. Just practice learning how to stealth around her and realizing that, oh shit, she can go through walls. Shit. So that's something interesting. So you figure out how to get out of there, and then suddenly it just stops. And then a little bit later, funny enough, when I was going into a side quest to get some loot, she pops up again. And I tried to hide and stuff, and then I realized, oh shit, it's like the enemy. It's like Ruvik from the original game. So I just tried to run away, and then it stopped. And it just happened randomly, and it just so happened as I was going to get something. But it was very interesting. It was actually very well designed, because that's like that whole encounter and that whole design of that whole character just popping up a second time randomly stopped it from making it, oh, I opened the door, I'm stuck in this situation, I have to do this, and then now I'm back into the open world. Like, you know how it is where you go up to a mission marker, you start the mission, you're just like pushed along this whole single area thing where it seems like the open world doesn't affect you as much anymore. Like, you're just separated from like the open world. That like there's a stiff like transition from, oh, you're in the open world to boom, you're doing a mission, you're cut off from it. And in this game, it does a very good job of not making you feel that way. Like, as I was doing these missions, I still felt like I was still in the world. I feel totally immersed. Like, no matter if I was doing a mission or I was just walking around, I felt scared. I'm like, it didn't feel like, oh yeah, I'm going into a mission. Okay. No, it felt like, oh shit, I'm okay. Events are happening around me. I gotta finish and do this. And that's what I like. They figured out how to meld a sort of open world with and finally have the pros of both. The pros of an open world where you go explore around, look for loot, or, oh, there's a zombie blocking my path, I gotta go this way, oh, there's this new encounter, and have the strength of a single player where it's, because it's really easy, like, it's really possibly pretty easy to just lose your, the fear of this survival horror game if it's suddenly, like, open world. It's like, oh, look at me, I can just do this or that, because when was the last time you heard of an open world game where it was scary? Not many. And that was very compelling. I'm like, holy shit, they made it kind of open world, and then still keep the pros of the original game of how it managed to have these these crafted like experiences that just get you fucking scared and shit. And like I said, it's not scary in the sense that, oh no, like watching something. It's scary in the fact that, oh shit, I have little ammo and this thing is trying to kill me. Fuck, I better hide. Or the, oh shit, I'm, like recently, like they do the whole, oh, the door is locked and it's going to open all the other doors and suddenly zombies are going to flood in. Now, that sounds basic, right? But here's the clever thing. They make you, because they control how you get to that door to start it, they make you see all these other doors and you're like, oh, I'm going to loot it. And then you realize, oh shit, there's zombies in there. And then I pass the second one and there's more zombies in there. And I'm like, shit's going to happen. Shit's going to happen. And that's like an organic way to prepare the player and not be a dick about it. Being like, yeah, the player would be smart enough after seeing a second door thinking, oh shit, they're probably gonna flood enemies at me at any moment. That's fucking brilliant. Like, the actual effort in constructing this game, like, this is the strength of a single player. Like, if you want a new, like, if you're petty and you're like, oh, I don't want to play old games, I want to buy the newest, hottest shit right now, get this game. This game shows you the strength of not only an open world, which is very surprising, but also the strength of single player and being able to meld it together and show, yeah, you can have both and not feel like a detached experience. Best example I have of it was Far Cry 4. I felt like the single player was just fucking bullshit. Let's be honest, Far Cry 4's story and the whole main character was fucking idiot. It was just stupid. It was just fucking stupid. And so, most importantly, it felt so detached to what you were doing in the open world. And Shadow of Mordor, or Shadow of War, I mean, kind of like made it work, but not really, because it's like still calling you, oh, go to A to B and stuff. But yeah, that's the thing. This game doesn't have microtransactions. It doesn't fucking break the immersion. It doesn't have a character going, hey, you should go to this guy for microtransactions. No, support this game. This game is not only a single player game, which many developers don't want to, or publishers don't want to support. It's a single player game. It's fucking well crafted. It actually improves vastly to the original in terms of making the gameplay much more fluid. It makes the okay, it's better. You don't need to play the original game. I will say this again. You don't need to play the original game to understand this game. It just basically gives you, because you can play the last game, but you don't really need to. Because every time they refer to events from the last game, they just refer, it's only Sebastian referring to it as Beacon. As you just infer that, oh, it was a bad incident. And, oh, Kidman lied about being, like, his ally or something, and was actually working for these people. And that's pretty much it. That's you can pretty much assume that, oh, there was some tension. They were in the last game together, and oh, they just keep referring to Beacon as this just fucking bad bad thing that was bad. And that's all you really need to know about the original game. Beacon equals bad experience that connected to these two characters. You don't need to play the last game. Like, the main villain is nowhere to be seen. For now, this is first impressions. I don't know if he just suddenly comes out of nowhere. I wouldn't expect him to, but yeah, you don't need to play. First off, you don't need to play the original game at all, so you can jump in and play this game. And they have, like, immediately they come up with, oh, do you want controls that are more to, like, every other game, like this to sprint and stuff, and R3 to sprint, I think. Or do you want the controls from the last game? I'm playing with the controls from the last game because I felt it would be fucked up if I didn't.
I'm on your side. You're not Mobius.
So,
You might not be one of those things.
Sorry, I just had to stop the recording because my brother was complaining. My youngest brother, who was originally laughing his fucking ass off, was complaining about me being loud. But anyways,
what they can do?
what I was saying is, yeah, don't worry. You don't really need to know too much about the last game, and
He wasn't my partner.
also
He was just
I
a
lost my
member
train of
the
thought.
Union
God
security
damn it, my youngest brother. But you don't need to play the first game to understand this game. Begin just bad. That's all you really need to know. And then
is above my
the gameplay is just much more fluid. You just feel like you can actually do more, and it's not fucking clunky. Thank God. Single player is actually, the story so far is actually pretty good. It's actually compelling. At least interesting. It's at least intriguing. It's not totally like in depth and stuff. It sometimes might not make sense because it's kind of weird, but it's intriguing. So it piques your interest. The main villain so far is actually intriguing. It's just this dude with a camera. I wouldn't spoil how it's pretty fucked up. But yeah, there's multiple difficulties. Don't worry if you don't think you can handle Nightmare mode. There's normal, Nightmare, and easy. But they also have like that adjustment. So it's very like friendly to new people. You could tell that they're like, okay, we need to find the fine medium of giving the old players their old their controller scheme, and then giving new players like the ability to like play in a way that they're familiar with. So there's that. Good control scheme. They fixed his movement, so it's like much more easier to control. And I'm pretty sure if you play on the easier modes, there's less bullet sway. Like I was mentioning how they purposely did that. And oh, there's upgrades. You can upgrade yourself, so if you really fucking hate it like me, the bullet sway, you can just focus all your upgrades in nullifying it as much as possible. And if it's like the original game, it's pretty much non-existent. Like at one point, my pistol is like spot on in that game. So yeah, it's actually no microtransactions. That's a good thing. So if you want to show that microtransactions are the devil, then support a game that doesn't have it. And no fucking bullshit DLC at all. Like, this is the traditional game. And they mode and show what an open world is. Like, if you enjoyed how The Witcher is, then you will enjoy this because it's very it's very atmospheric. It doesn't break the immersion. Like when I play Middle Earth Shadow of War, I feel like I lose that immersion. There's no real emotion to it because oh yeah, if I'm running out of Oryx, instead of hunting him down and wasting my time, I could just go buy loot boxes. None of that. Fully immersed. Like I try to watch a podcast and play this game, and I'm just like, okay, I need to stop the podcast. I need to focus because it's not because there's dialogue playing. It's usually because it's just really, it just grabs you. Like the atmosphere, the way they build everything, the construction, everything. It's just built with fucking passion. That's the major thing. It's just a game built with passion, not fucking money grubbing. Oh, we need to find a way to get this or that online fucking functionality. Oh, loot boxes. It's actually built for the gameplay, for the gamer's experience, for a great ass experience. And for the first 3 chapters and a little bit of the 4th chapter, it's actually very good, really good. Like, and they give you like different weapons and everything, all about the different weapons and everything, yada yada yada. But so yeah, I totally suggest you buy it. Like in terms of the games I got from Shadow of War to The Evil Within 2, I pretty much have more positives to talk about. Not Middle Earth, but The Evil Within 2, because it's a game that actually keeps to its immersion, it keeps to its strengths, but actually builds upon the foundation. It actually fixes up a lot of the old stuff that people might have had problems with it, and they find the medium of appealing to new players and appealing to old players, and having the medium of, oh, there's single player crafted stuff to having an open world area to explore. And I have to commend them for that, and it's very rare now. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video just to commend and recommend this game. I don't usually do this often, as you can see. It's pretty much on a unscripted tangent craziness, but hopefully we get more games like this. In fact, it's making me very, very excited for Wolfenstein 2. Another Bethesda game. They may be fucking up with Fallout and fucking Skyrim with those fucking paid mods, but goddamn, thank God the single player department with Wolfenstein, Doom, and the Evil Within 2 is still going strong, so hopefully that corruption from the other end doesn't affect this. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this little long ass video of impressions, and yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.